so much for joining us. You're listening to the Channeling JT podcast. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Serena Baptista, and my beautiful son on the other side, JT, is who created this podcast. He is an amazing master soul and teacher on the other side. His mission is to help everyone find their purpose, their direction, what the heck we're doing here, and to find that divine spark within you. This is his mission, and he really takes it very seriously. He has written a book called My View from Heaven, and he has also created an oracle card deck called Channeling JT Oracle Cards, Wisdom from the Other Side of Life. Again, his whole mission is information dissemination. He wants people to know what they can do to enhance their lives, to become more of who they want to be more in purpose. So on this podcast, we're going to focus on training. We're going to focus on introducing you to different people who have different ideas about spirit, about the way that we interact with the other side and with heaven, however you interpret that. So let's begin by getting some messages from JT today. He is so excited to be here. The first thing that he wants to say is to welcome everyone and to have you understand that this is a process that we are working together to create something new and exciting, a journey. Remember your journey. Now, you can accept the journey or not, but he invites you to accept it, to accept working with him, to accept working with your guides, all of the helpers that you have. And he wants to let you know that we do have, all of us have amazing helpers. We all have these divine supporters who know what we need to do here. He reminds us that whenever you find yourself hitting a wall, and you think you're moving in the right direction, remember the wall is there for a reason. It's not there to make your life difficult. It's there for purpose. And the purpose might be to move you into a different direction. Have you ever thought of that? You hit the wall and don't you just say to yourself, man, this is way too hard. I need to make this easier on myself. Or you can be like me, who needed the 2x4 effect, where my lessons were just 2x4 after 2x4. And it took me a long time to figure out I needed to change course. Now, I should explain that before JT left, I had no idea I was a psychic medium or a channel. So I am living proof that anyone can do this work. We all have the gift. We all can connect with the other side, with our angels, with our helpers, and especially with JT. And he is available for everyone, for all of us. Again, master teacher, master soul. So going back to that beautiful piece of, what is our purpose? And when we're moving along, we find that we come to a fork in the road. How do we know which way to go? He says we all have the inner compass, this compass within us that knows what is for our highest good. But sometimes things get in the way. Blocks get in the way. Past experiences, past life experiences. That is a huge one. Let's talk about past lives for a moment because they are so significant in what is happening in our current lifetime. We carry forward those lessons that we feel we didn't quite get. So let's say one of your experiences in a past life was that you gave all your power away. So guess what? You're experiencing that now again. Your job is to reclaim your power. Those are the things that are so exceptional with JT's teachings because he knows, he can see this. He can see this along with what they call your high council. Your high council are those energies that helped you to choose this incarnation. And yes, you did. You chose this incarnation. I know that sounds crazy, but you did. You chose this lifetime. You chose who you wanted to work with in this lifetime, members of your soul family. You also chose how you wanted to explore this lifetime. But nothing is written in stone here. We have free will. So let's say you're trucking along and you decide to make a right instead of a left. That right turn will change so much in your life. You'll still get the lessons that you asked to receive, but maybe the players will be different. So don't ever think that just because you went right instead of left, that you made an error. There are no errors. There are no mistakes, only lessons to be learned. And our beautiful helpers help us to rearrange our lives and our lessons in that ethereal space so that we can still understand who we are and what we're doing here. Now, it gets kind of complicated with that, but what JT wants you to know about that is that it is simple to stay on track. Easy for him to say, I say. He's in that space where everything looks simple. Before we come into these incarnations, we look at our lives, at the life that we are choosing, and we say, oh, wow, yeah, that looks exciting. Yeah, let's do it this way. And then we get down here, forget everything that we agreed to, and we're just plugging along, trying to figure it all out as we go along. But in that ethereal space, everything is perfect. Everything is exactly as it is supposed to be. So he wants to remind us that even though things look imperfect here and things look like we might have made mistakes, there are no mistakes. There's only lessons learned. And the trick to that is to actually get the lesson. Again, the 2x4 is not how we want to do it. So if you do come up against a wall, ask yourself, is this really the direction that I need to go? Now, there's a lot of different aspects to this, and there might not be just one answer to that. But you will know, you will get the sense that, oh, no, this really isn't the right way for me to go. Tune into what they call, your spidey sense. Everybody has it. And I know that a lot of us have stopped trusting that because we did the direction of the spidey sense and then the world didn't respond the way we thought they needed to. Or we were told that we were crazy and that we didn't have intuition and we didn't have the ability to understand where we needed to go. That is absolutely false. We have a lot of teachers in our lifetimes, and a lot of these teachers tell us things to throw us off track. They're doing exactly the job that they need to do, which is to call into question, do we really trust ourselves? So if you've had that happen to you, then ignore what is happening on the outside of you and what other people are saying. Trust your gut. Trust your intuition. Ask for help. That's the other aspect of what JT teaches, is we don't have to do this alone. We are never alone. We have so many helpers, again, as I said before, and all of these helpers are willing and able to assist us in making those connections and in understanding where we truly need to go. In order to do this, though, we need to be clear. And so to be clear, JT says, meditate. Now, I know that if you're like me, I tried meditation in my 30s and, oh, man, I could not shut off my brain. All I kept thinking about was, oh, is that a bus going by? Oh, did I leave the light on? What do I need to get at the grocery store? So what he suggests and what I have learned is to first begin with a guided meditation. Now, we have guided meditations that are available for you to clear your chakras and to help you stay focused. So feel free to join our email list and you will get a free meditation that you can use. Meditation, what it does is it clears the mind and it allows you to raise your frequency. Now let's talk about frequency for a second because you're going to hear a lot about that when I'm going to be talking a lot about frequency. Frequency is how the universe works. The universe is all energy, and energy is broken into frequencies. So there's low frequency, which is slow moving. There's medium frequency and there's high frequency. Now, it doesn't matter. These aren't hierarchical or anything like that. But what it does mean is the higher your frequency, the easier it will be to connect with your helpers. So with meditation, it raises your frequency. You meditate for 10 to 15 minutes and your frequency is raised. It allows the connection to be clearer. What happens sometimes if we try to connect when we haven't meditated or haven't cleared our energy is it's muffled. The energy that's coming to us from our helpers is muffled and we can't really understand it. The brain will try to step in and create the conversation for you, which has nothing to do with the conversation you're actually having with your helpers. So it's very important that we are at high vibration when we are connecting with our helpers. So meditation is key number one. The second thing that we need to do is to ground ourselves. So many of us live outside of our bodies because it just wasn't comfortable to be in our bodies. But grounding is essential to clear receiving. And that can be grounding like you're a tree, extending your roots all the way down to the center of the earth. It can be a grounding cord attached to the base of your spine and extending that down to the center of the earth. But grounding is essential for receiving as well. And that's kind of counterintuitive because you feel, well, I need to be out of my body in order to receive from spirit because spirit's out of body, right? Wrong. I learned that when we are out of body, it's not clear because we're not bringing it into our core. We're not going to be understanding it in the physical form. So grounding is very important. I also have some other tricks that are in my meditations that will help you to get to higher frequencies. So again, feel free to join our email list and get those meditations. So now that we have meditated and we've grounded, what do we need to do next? Well, we need to ask. We need to ask for the helpers to come. And that's as simply as saying, helpers, please come. High frequency only. And a lot of people, that's what stops them from doing any of this work is, oh my God, I don't know what I'm connecting to. What if it's something bad? Well, we can say who we are connecting to. And we always say only high guides, only high frequency can come and communicate with me. And what that does is it takes the guesswork out. You know that when you're connecting, you are connecting with high frequency. You can also ask for JT specifically. You can say only JT can come and speak with me. And then what that does is it sets the intention. What you say goes. So if you say that to the universe, then that is what's going to happen. Feel empowered with that. Understand that that really is what you can do. Understand that you have the power to say what is going to happen here because we do. Now, if you do start feeling afraid, you can ask for protection from your angels. I use Archangel Michael, and I say, Michael, please be around me and only allow high frequency to be in my space right now. I give you permission to be my protector from this day forward. And immediately you will sense that all around you is crystal clear. I love Archangel Michael. He's an amazing energy. And he assists me in so many ways. But the number one way, of course, I call him the cosmic bouncer because he does not allow anything to get near me that would be of low frequency. So now that we've asked for the help, we ask them to come in. JT, please come into my space right now. Are you here with me? Yes or no? And then wait for the response. You might hear it, feel it, see it, or know it. It might come in a totally different way than what you're expecting. These are just the basics of connecting. As we go through this podcast, you're going to learn amazing things from JT and from guests about what you can do to increase your frequency, to get more into purpose, and to just live a beautiful guided life. So JT's message for today is connect with me. Please connect with me. I am here for you. I want you to feel successful. I want you to feel in purpose. And I am here for you. There's other ways to connect with JT. He does do channeling messages. There is a link on his website, channelingjt.com, where you can ask JT questions and receive answers. You can also get, again, the Channeling JT Oracle cards. Oh my gosh, the response for these cards has just been amazing. Again, on that website, channelingjt.com, look for the cards link and you can purchase them through various retailers and online. And JT says he is with you there every single time you pull a card. He will help you to interpret the cards too. That is a great way to connect with him and with your helpers. We are here for you, JT says. We, meaning he and your helpers and your loved ones who are on the other side. Let's not forget about them, right? They're in a position where they can see what is for your highest good and help you to achieve that. That's what this is about. This is about feeling in purpose, feeling like we are making a difference, feeling and knowing that we have a lot to do here. And again, because of these crazy times we're in, we might feel out of balance. We might feel off kilter, but do not let that deter you. You can get back into focus and you can understand more of who you are. We so appreciate you joining us today, and please come back for the next podcast. We would love to have you as our guest. Have a great day.